Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. A ceremony was held in Bleiburg, Austria, to commemorate the 73rd anniversary of the killing of tens of thousands of Croatian civilians and soldiers loyal to the independent state of Croatia in the aftermath of the Second World War. The victims had surrendered to Allied forces but were handed over by British troops to Yugoslav authorities. Many were executed on the spot, while others perished during forced marches back to Yugoslavia.
Here in Bleiburg, we commemorate the persecution, torture, and execution of our fellow Croatians. That is why we gather here each year and offer our prayers to the known and unknown victims who lost their lives without due process. It is unfortunate that these crimes have been systematically downplayed and rationalized over the decades.
Parliament Speaker Gordan Jandrokovic laid a wreath at a monument to the victims near Maribor, Slovenia, on his behalf as Speaker and for the President of the Republic of Croatia and the Prime Minister. State Assets Minister Goran Maric was the President's envoy, while Veterans Minister Tomo Medved represented the Prime Minister.
We must denounce all crimes committed out of revenge, hate, or ideological differences. This crime was committed by the Yugoslav communist totalitarian regime and was organized and carried out by design. For this reason, it must be condemned in the strongest way possible. Everyone must be aware of this fact.
This year's commemoration took place under a strict no-tolerance policy towards the symbols and slogans associated with the Axis powers and their allies. Anti-fascist groups organized a protest against today's gathering several kilometers away in the center of town. While opposition MPs continue to call for the removal of Economy Minister Martina Dalic over her leaked emails relating to the drafting of Lex Agrokor, the government's coalition partner, the HNS, said the priority should be reaching a settlement deal with Agrokor's creditors.
Reaching a settlement deal and protecting jobs is the #1 priority, but we will continue to discuss any potential political responsibility. Also, we must work together to remove the barriers which may hinder the work of the emergency management team and Agrokor as a whole. As far as the coalition is concerned, our parliamentary majority and government remain stable.
In related news, Most MP Nikola Grmoja said the Prime Minister was putting his own reputation on the line by refusing to dismiss Minister Dalic.
I have no idea what the government is planning, but I don't think there's anything they can do at this point to protect her position. I think the credibility of the Prime Minister himself has been seriously compromised.
President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović is on day 2 of her official visit to Portugal. This evening, the President visited the Catholic pilgrimage site at Fatima to commemorate the 101st anniversary of the famous Marian Shrine. More celebrations took place this afternoon in Zagreb in commemoration of Europe Day. Member states from around the Union were invited to present their unique cultures and traditions to the public.
This year, we invited member states from around the EU to present their unique cultural heritage in recognition of 2018 being the European Year of Cultural Heritage. We also want to remind people of our particular value and specific contributions to European culture. Our goal is to create a unified European identity through our collective diversity.
Taking a quick look at sports, at the women's handball finals in Umag, Lokomotiva from Zagreb defeated Podravka Vegeta from Koprivnica to claim their 5th Croatia Cup. Lokomotiva built a massive lead in the first half on their way to dethroning the 3-time defending champs 29-19. In the 35th round of the Domestic Football League, this afternoon's match between Inter and Lokomotiva was cancelled due to heavy rains. The game will be rescheduled for a later date. The weather forecast for tomorrow calls for sunny skies during the first half of the day. Isolated showers and thunderstorms are possible as heavy clouds move in. A southwesterly wind will blow along the Adriatic coast, while a weak to moderate southeasterly is expected in the open seas. Morning lows of 9 to 15 degrees in the interior and from 13 to 18 on the coast will give way to highs of 22 to 27 degrees Celsius around the country and slightly lower in higher elevations towards the end of the day. Cooler weather is in the forecast for continental regions to start next week. Cloudy skies and isolated showers are possible on Monday. A weak to moderate southwesterly wind will blow along the interior, while the coast will get a southwesterly, westerly, and a passing northwesterly. Cooler temperatures are also expected along the Adriatic during the first few days of next week. Isolated showers and thunderstorms are possible, with increased storms in places. Heavy rainfall is expected along the northern coast on Wednesday. And that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
HRT4.